Hello! In this tutorial, we are going to talk about the integration of the Vorto Toolset and the model repository. I assume you have already installed the Vorto Toolset. If not, please go to our website for instructions on how to install it. So, the first thing we have to do is to set the preferences for a repository. We need to put the URL, the username, the password of our repository. So, first we go to Preferences, Windows, Preferences. Then we go to Vorto, Remote Repository, and then we type the URL, the username, and the password. Please note that the username and password are optional, and you only need this if you want to save models to a repository. And then you click on Apply and OK. So, after that, we need to add the model repository view. There are two ways to accomplish this. One is, you can switch to the Vorto perspective by clicking on Windows, Open Perspective, Other, and click on Vorto. And after switching the perspective, you will see the model repository view on the bottom right of your workspace. Secondly, you can also manually add the model repository view by clicking on Windows, Show View, Other, and then looking for Vorto and then model repository, and you click OK. And same as before, you will see the model repository view on the bottom right corner. Now, after getting the model repository view, we can now do a lot of useful stuff. First, we try browsing for models. Browsing for models is as simple as clicking the search button. Without any filters, it will return all the models in the repository. See? And now, you can also search by putting a filter before clicking the search button. Like for example, if you want to search for distance, click search, and then we see the search results filtered by the name distance. Okay. Now secondly, let's try saving models in the repository. But of course, before you can save a model, you must have a model first. So let's create a model. We'll make a function block and name it light meter. Then we click finish. Okay. So now we have a function block. Now, to save this function block to the model repository, let's just right click on the function block and click on share. That's simple. And right now, this function block will now be searchable in the model repository. If you click on model repository, click search, you will see that we have added the function block in our repository. Now, the second thing we can do is we can use the shared models as a reference. So first, we look for the shared model in the model repository view, and we just drag it and drop it to the local model project. That's it. For example, if you want to make a reference to the distance data type to the light meter function block, you can just drag the distance and then drop it on the light meter function block. See, this has the effect of adding the distance and all other transitive dependencies to the shared model directory of your function block. So if you look at the resource, look at light meter, you will see that the distance data type and a distance unit data type, which is a dependency of distance, was added in the shared models folder of the light meter. Now, this is how to add a reference to a local function block. Now, let's try importing a shared model from the repository. So basically, the idea is sometimes we want to be able to use a certain model from the shared repository in our local workspace. So basically, how to do that is just to drag the model from the model repository view towards the corresponding model views on the left side. So let's try clicking on, how about we try importing this Philips Hue Living Color Blue. So basically we just drag and drop it. Drag and drop. And then now we can see that we now have the Philips Hue Living Color Blue and all its corresponding dependencies. We have also the binary switch, the dimmer, the RGB color picker, and the binary switch also has the on and off data types. Now, so after you have done all this, you can ask the question, what's the importance of all this? The idea is that you can imagine somebody working for some company, creating an information model for some devices, and then uploads it to the shared repository. And now, you only need to import that information model, for example, and then generate code for it. For instance, for Philips Hue, you can just right-click and then you can generate a web device application generator for it. So imagine how powerful that idea can be. Okay, so I think I've already shown you how to browse for models, use models, shared models as references, and then import models. So until next time, we will be doing another tutorial for another topic on Vorto. Thank you.